MightyMai Show, episode 6. Let's go.
Mine it, sell it, pump it, buy it, use it, whap it, swap and stake it, fork it, crash it, troll it, pay it, scam it, lend it, and withdraw it, mint it, flex it, split it, drop it, chill it, wear it, tokenize it, write it, stream it, build it, pay it, claim it, hack it, and debug it, pop it, bring it, babe, scarce and flex the gems, you just hold the link. Cryptologic, Cryptologic, Cryptologic. Cryptologic, mine it, sell it, pump it, buy it, use it, whap it, swap and stake it, fork it, crash it, troll it, pay it, scam it, lend it, and withdraw it, mint it, flex it, split it, drop it, chill it, wear it, tokenize it, write it, stream it, build it, pay it, claim it, hack it, and debug it, pop it, bring it, babe, scarce and flex the gems, you just hold the link. Cryptologic, 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 mine it, sell it, pump it, buy it, use it, whap it, swap and stake it, fork it, crash it, troll it, pay it, scam it, lend it, and withdraw it, mint it, flex it, split it, drop it, chill it, wear it, tokenize it, write it, stream it, build it, pay it, claim it, hack it, and debug it, pop it, bring it, babe, scarce and flex the gems, you just hold the link. Cryptologic, Cryptologic, Cryptologic.
Oh, Cryptologic. Okay, so hello everyone, and thank you for listening to this new show. Oh, this week. This week has been pretty loud in news, especially around the entertainment industry, art and music and visual artists a lot. That was intense. When I look at the topic list, I wrote some news that I already feel are like, months ago, and it was right after the last week's show, actually. So, yeah, pretty interesting. Welcome, Mai, for being here again this week, and we've got some pretty interesting topics to brought to you tonight.
Thank you, Mighty, for introducing us. Um, I'm I'm very excited about this week. I feel like this is we are approaching warp speed. We are definitely approaching warp speed,
Sure.
and I'm excited to get into everything.
Yeah, and the dizziness come from the fact that yeah, we are clearly reaching warp speed, but we are still very early, and that's just the beginning. So I just heard the news that actually SpaceX bought lands in cryptovoxels, and which is pretty crazy. So Origin City is on fire right now, I guess. So
Wow, that's interesting. No, that's really interesting.
yeah, definitely. So I think it's one of
I
the
wonder.
biggest actor.
I It'll be really interesting to see how like real big industries actually um utilize this technology in these metaverses. That'll be interesting to see what kind of creative endeavors they can do in
Yeah,
those kinds of
I was
those kinds
looking
of
at the map, for from the sandbox, and you can see all the industries, already buying the parcels, and there's already a lot of big actors, buying parcels in the sandbox, for example, as well. So cryptovoxels, I'm sure Decentraland has some big partners as well buying parcels. I know Binance has some parcels here and there, and yeah, so that will be interesting to see when it comes to virtual world, what goes there. But especially in music, because when it comes to cryptovoxels, there was an improvement this week, as the NFT reader inside cryptovoxels, took out one click, so you can now, listen to music NFT by just one click. Before it was like 2 or 3 clicks, and
That's
they
fire.
reduced it to just one click, and it's beautiful. Now, when you look into the vinyl shop we design with geniuscorp, it's beautiful because you can go through all these NFTs and just click and listen straight away, and so yeah, that makes it fluent and interesting.
Definitely. No, that's I like crypto voxels in terms of its simplicity. I think that like Decentraland obviously looks like way cooler, but it's just like way more expensive too, and it's like not as accessible. Like I like how crypto voxels you can get it on the phone, so that is cool. That's a good addition for their user experience.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially for music, because for visual you can still, you see the NFT, but for music you still have to click. You cannot play all NFTs at once; it would be crazy. So there definitely need some specificities for it to be easy at the same time, but still private. We're talking a lot, and a lot of people are asking me when, social listening, when someone when multiple people are in the same parcel, uh, if they play a music, do the other one hear it, or stuff like that. Collaborative listening, sort of, inside virtual world. I know it's the case for YouTube or Twitch live, for example, where everyone sees the same screen. But at the same time, it would be dope for NFTs as well. I don't know how specifically, but to have some sort of collaborative listening and yeah.
That would be sick, especially if it was like only in the metaverse.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like that idea a lot.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, dude. Should
Let,
we get into
yeah, let's
some of these topics?
deploy the
So,
drop down menu. Make sure if you're listening on the Discord, that you are watching the screen as well that I've shared. And so this week, the drop down menu, we will talk about celebs. Obviously, lots of celebs, mega celebs, fake celebs as well. We've got some DMCA issues, when we'll talk about Metallica and Twitch. Some underrated NFTs, because this section brought some good
hell yeah.
feedbacks as well. And yeah, are we in the bubble, when rappers and porn stars start to, tell you buy NFTs? Is it the kind of the top of a bubble, or is it just
Mm.
the beginning? Or, yeah, as well, different news around the tech, when it comes to Zora or foundations, some new marketplace for to sell NFTs and that are good for music and getting adoption from some of these celebrities as well. So yeah, you've got it all. I think we can start, and yeah, I know you have things that you want to start with. So I have
Oh
my
yeah.
screen. Let me know if you want me to show anything on screen. And yeah, I give you the speak.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I mean, yeah, I just feel like it'd be a good place to start with just how many celebrities or how many people of of note, of noteworthiness popped into the space in the past week and really seemed to not only not only make a statement about it, but make very like long-term statements. And I think one of those people that I think a lot of people I have mixed feelings about this person, but I think a lot of people will be on both sides. But Gary V recently got into this space. I have some yeah, I'm not sure how there's a few tweets that he
Gary
made this
V.
week.
Yeah.
But where was his first one? Yeah, Russ tweeted about it. Like he, you know, he. I think Gary V is like a really good judge of the current culture. And I think that he even though, like, a lot of people might see him as just doing it for brand and for, to get into a space, but, like, I don't think that's really, like, ever his pull. I think that he really does believe in it, like, and by seeing it even for, like, 10 minutes, and I think that's kind of what excites me about seeing someone like Gary Vee, like, really fuck with the idea, is that it really almost emphasizes my own belief system where it's like, I when I first saw it, I'm like, I don't understand it. Like, I'm not an expert on it, but it's like I definitely see it as the future in every way. I just don't know how. Like
Yeah.
this is a great quote. Who
I
owns
like
that
this one. Yeah.
2027 quote?
Who owns that?
He gets it on a level that like I feel like is a long-term level, and yeah, like, there is, like, maybe a bubble in some aspects, but the long-term growth of NFTs in, like, a marketplace is gonna be very real. It's just not gonna be selling for tens of thousands each piece. It'll be we might find an ecosystem where gas is so low and all kinds of other attributes that we just don't see yet because technology is so new, where NFTs can get sold, like, for $5, $10, and, like, it's a
Hmm.
normal thing to sell
Yeah.
a post
That's the
and
goal.
trade post all week, you know what I'm saying?
And
Because
easy.
people are so into that type of thing, but yeah, Gary Vee is just one of the many, but sorry, what I was feel like
And
don't want to talk for too long. But I love that Russ tweeted about it too. I fuck with Russ. I mean, once again, Russ is a polarizing public figure in a lot of ways because of how brash he talks. But I really respect him. He's an independent artist that basically like proves that you can make a lot of money independently, even in the traditional sense. And now that he understands NFTs, he knows what it is. Like that's why he says this is just massive rocket ships because he knows like this is it. Like we're taking off with these. Like we can take back our control in a way unlike any other time in history.
Mhm.
And that's like what NFTs can do. But it's just that's like these are like the types of things that excite me when I see all these celebrities getting in, and like maybe it is a sign of like we have a long time to go before these make sense in a way where like everybody in the world is trading NFTs and like it's all died down and the hype is down. There's definitely hype involved, but like I think that the longevity of it is really the thing that's key. Because not to go back to Gary Vee, but he made a tweet also that said a lot of people will be short-sighted, and I think I have that one up there as well. I'm not 100% sure, but uh, he says something about being short-sighted, and it's like a lot of people will look at it as money grab and all kinds of other things where they won't uh
No, sure, I get it.
I'm not. I don't know where it is, but but uh, but yeah, and then yeah. So, but what do you think? And then I do want to talk about this one as well because I think this is also a polarizing one. And this one I feel like there's a lot of positives and negatives. But this
Yeah,
is a bubble. This is a sign of a bubble to me. But go ahead, go ahead.
no, it's okay. It's just that as French, I know Logan Paul, but I don't know the two others because we don't, hear a lot about them. So I uh, innocently discover who they are, and I'm sure you know their power of influence is as big as you mentioned. I know the one of Logan Paul, which is pretty massive, and yeah, that's definitely a signal that they enter the space at this point. And I mean, especially when you have you know, very influential people like Elon Musk or Grimes, or big celebrities like Post Malone or Tyga, which are multi billion streamers nowadays, and that will definitely put a seed into everyone's mind, and I feel definitely more response this week from people around me that are starting to understand the concept, or the attractive, the FOMO kind of thing, entering in and saying, "Hey, what's that? How does it work?" I also notice new user inside the space, a lot of new heads, new Twitter accounts, new cryptovoxels, parcels being minted, and and you can feel the FOMO when you have people getting into those spaces, but they try at the same time kind of desperately try to understand what's going on. It's just like putting a foot in. This massive FOMO from these celebs gets everyone their foot in, even though they kind of not understand what it's all about, the importance of it, and so on. So that's my take.
Yeah, I think this Logan Paul job had some beef. I think with it, like some back and forth thoughts about it, like because and what did he end up selling? What did this NFT sell for? It was a 3,000 available buyers entered to win one three first edition exclusive Pokemon packs and be flown out to LA. Okay, so he definitely gives some value there, but let's see. So like what what did they actually sell for? I think there's another one.
I'm
I think there might be there's another tweet I think I linked that has like the recap of it.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. Okay, so he made 3.5 mil, which is basically the Bleeple drop, right? And I
Yeah.
mean, I think there's two sides to look at this. Number one, I think people underestimate the actual brand of Logan Paul. I think like people just like hate on that guy. Like I think at the end of the day, like his value and his brand is huge. Like he can do he's done so many things, and he's done it solely based off his ability to market and kind of stay relevant, whether for better or worse. And I think like there's a lot of skill in that. I mean, I think people can respect it or disrespect it, but I think
Mm-hmm.
that it's definitely a sign that like this guy knows this guy gets the game. It's very much so like how I feel about Russ in the sense that
Mm-hmm.
he gets the game, and so that if he's getting into the space, it just means that he understands it. Yeah, the fact that he made 3.5 million, like that's the market, bro. Like that's what people
Yeah.
wanted for his. That's what people bought it for. So 1 million in sales in 30 minutes, like, I mean, that's crazy. And I mean, like, this is what I mean by like this type of thing won't be like normal, I think, in 2 to 5 years. It'll be more like 1 million might be a lot or something, or maybe the value of money will change so much that we won't even be able to recognize
Mm-hmm.
what the difference in price is. But I think that this is a very unique time though. It's like people have a lot of money. I know that that's a discussion because of just how good the markets have ultimately been over the past fucking, year, at this point, uh, sort of. But,
Yeah.
um, so I feel like there's this type of thing might be not typical and might not be a great representation of what NFTs are and what NFTs can do for the common creator.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I don't think that it's like a bad thing that Logan Paul made 3.5 million a day. I think it more speaks to him and his brand, and I
Yeah.
think it
Sure.
speaks more to like how much people do value digital assets still, no matter who it is. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's interesting.
But when it comes back to music, I've seen this week that the big stars that are experimenting right now are extremely precautious, and because they are sort of tied in, they have current deals with record labels and stuff, so they cannot do anything. Some of them are more free than others. Soulja Boy is basically more free, I think, and so he can play around with his music. And uh, on Rarible, Tyga and Soldier Boy, for example, only made image, still image. There's no music involved, and because I think for now there are the same idea of getting the foot in. They are experimenting the thing. When it comes to Soldier Boy, he released the music actually on Mint Table on the Zilliqa version, to try the system. But most of them don't, play with music yet. I've seen Mike Shinoda playing with music on Zora, but at the same time, it's a setup where I think it's the kind of music he produced uh, alone, and so he has 100% of control over it, and so he can experiment with that type of material. But I don't think he can play around with the I don't know, for example, with the Linkin Park material or things of this sort. So yeah, it's
Would
a,
that did that taste NFT sell?
I'm not sure. Yes, it's sold. Lucky
It sold for
owner is
40.
Rary Boy.
It sold for 41,000. Yeah, that's. I mean, that was a hit song. Like, I mean, that's crazy. So wait, it's just a still image. There's literally no audio to this.
Yeah, I think.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. See, like that's crazy. Like I don't know. Like I can't say, like I really can't say for sure. Like the thing about seeing all of this is crazy to me is like what if like what if the whole world economy is just changing right before our eyes and like we're just like not like accepting it in a way. And yeah, maybe there's some balancing out to do, but what if like really what's happening right now is the world is realizing we value arts more than we value anything else, and like we're willing to put our ecosystems and our economies into creators and creating content just so that we can keep consuming. And I
Hmm.
think that ultimately like that might be like what we're seeing here, even like on a financial level. Yeah, it might be a bit overvalued in some respects, but like maybe that's just what we're seeing. We're just gonna start valuing people in the ecosystem. And I mean, like, dude, when he gets more money, like that money, where do you think that money's gonna go? Unless these people are like about to buy an island and dip out, I don't think that's typical. They're gonna put their money back into the community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
someone in the chat, and shout out to Box Moxie, send us the collaboration between the Lux token and the Soldier Boy that just released a card. which has sound in it. So may we play it for a second? Yeah. So it's a beat, and
Jesus, dude. I mean, like, no disrespect, but like
but
that beat
there's
was
an
made.
unlockable,
That
I
beat was
think.
made in 10 minutes. No disrespect. I mean, best beats are made in 10 minutes. I'm not hating, but like, well, I just mean like that's. Are they selling the rights to the beat? Like, what's the vibe here?
Well,
Can you
I
use the
think
beat? Can you use the beat and like
no, I
like?
don't think so. No, it's not specified, but I'm sure there's the beat in unlockable, and but at the same time,
What are Lux tokens?
what Lux tokens? I could not explain it very well, but it's definitely a project that I've heard about. Um, so the thing is that what was I going to say? So yeah, the idea is that this week as well we had along the celebrities wave, a big wave of fake celebrities. You know, I don't know if you've seen some of them, but we saw a fake Kanye West on Zora. We saw a fake Daft Punk as well, and a fake Gorillaz on Variable. And
Really?
so yeah, that's funny to
This is
see.
juicy. How did they? How did they? So yeah, this is definitely like something that I feel like we were bound to see. So how was it handled, and how quickly was it handled?
I don't know
Was it
if it
handled?
was handled really, because from what I know, the last time I checked, the NFT was there and there was a bid on it, and actually the bidder itself, you know, he was smelling that it could be a fake. But whatever, he was in the mindset like, well, even if it's a fake, you know, I'm buying. Whatever it is, I'm buying. And yeah, that was curious to witness. I'm trying to get the tweet.
Yeah, I don't know if there was one.
Yeah,
But yeah,
like,
dude.
you know, I don't know, tell Fakir to accept my bid. And so it was the story goes that the NFT was an artwork from Kanye West back in the 90s, which was showcased in a in a YouTube video, and I think the guy screenshot the YouTube video and then put it into an NFT with the at Kanye West. But
Did it sell? Like, was there any like real problems with it though, or did it get taken down?
um, I think it's still there. Yeah, it's still there, and
Well, and is it say like removed their bid? I mean, like yeah, like
everyone is removing their bid.
I think the thing that sucks here is that it says it's Kanye West is because of the at username, but there's really no other implication that this is Kanye West's
No.
actual creation. It's just that they just used Kanye West's username.
Hmm.
So I feel like in a lot of ways that's not I mean like it's not really something to worry about. Like I mean like if that starts happening on a mass scale and people start stealing each other's work and like they're aware of it, like that's a little different. Like who knows? That could be that dude's painting. He's just using
Yeah,
I've
and
never seen that
but
painting in my life.
it something funny happened is that with the fake Daft Punk, you know, because when they create these fakes, so they created like 200 tokens, and to get attraction, there's this hack where you can basically send any NFT to anyone. So, and a lot of people's, you know, smelled the thing and said like, with these celebs not knowing what's going on, we will promote our work by sending NFTs. And I did that personally, but it was more on a educational purpose with the drum kit. So and only to musicians. So, for example, I sent the drum kit to Soulja Boy, I sent the drum kit to Murder Beats as well, and I think I sent it as well to Tyga, because it's something like a hint where it's useful in their case to understand very quick what's the use case, for example, when it comes to the sample banks market or the drum kits or the beats, selling beats market. And we're seeing some experiments when it comes to copyright of some artists currently, and you mentioned the link on Foundation about it, a royalty share experiment, where if you buy the NFT, and I know other people from the crypto artist community, crypto music community, are experiencing it as well. To give a part of your royalty if someone holds the NFT, for example, or different kind of experimentation that involves publishing right, copyright, and so on.
Right. Yeah. So when it comes
Well,
to this Daft Punk one,
yeah.
so
So
like
the idea
this whole
is that, sorry, yeah, I lost my thought. They create a fake. They create 200 edition, and then they transfer it to McCuban, to Lindsay Lohan, to whatever. And it seems
oh
that
wow.
Lindsay Lohan noticed this NFT and tried to play with it. So she listed this NFT for 8.8 Ethereum, which is approximately $15,000. And so it's kind of a joke, like, and at the same time, what's
Wait,
astonished me is that
that's
this listing
that subtitle's
in
hilarious. I'm
itself
sorry.
is a news, because just Lindsay Lohan listing a fake NFT token becomes a news, big news, and that's what astonished me the most in this story. You have the in brief, knows that crypto fan Lindsay Lohan is selling a Daft Punk themed NFT for 15. It looks impressive, it looks like something happened. And when I thought about the blockchain more in general, like in 10 years ago or whatever, a simple click will definitely create, economic tornadoes, like we see in the, information era, where any click can become
I
an
mean,
informational hell. But
who's to say? And like, maybe I'm wrong here, but who's to say that like this market isn't going to be so free that this type of thing is up to the market to decide. And
yeah,
so like I know that might be
yeah,
that
they,
might be fucked to say, but like what I mean is like it might still sell for 15K regardless of the fact that people know it's fake. They
that's
might
what
just
we
be
see with the current, unofficial CryptoPunks movement, where, because the CryptoPunks gain so much attention that everyone wants his own CryptoPunks, and he's making his own at home and selling those under, officially saying it's an unofficial. But if you like the art, who are you, to judge if I want to buy it or not? Fake or not, it doesn't. It seems to, not be that important when it comes to the market, even though, the official ones will still get more attraction, I think. But
well, it'll make the originals even more valuable.
yeah, yeah.
You know, in some respect. I mean, to me,
Yeah,
like
but
it's
there
like
is
the
the copyright concern where, for sure you can certificate your address, minting address, on one side, so it protects any fake NFT for being certified. So there's a good security there. So if you want to make sure you want to own the piece of, let's say, Daft Punk may have to share their address to certify that this is their official address to, you know,
you mean yeah, like they gotta verify it.
just just mentioning it publicly that this is their official address, and anything that doesn't correspond to that address is fake.
Oh, yeah. That would, yeah, that's one way to do it for sure. I think that might be like something that we end up seeing integrated into all these platforms. Is actually this is like something I just thought of. I don't know if this is a good idea or if this is possible at all, but like basically somebody that creates a technology that is simply integrated into every single platform, whether Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of it, and it's like cross-platform, and it basically turns your username into your address, and you can
Hmm.
put any address. You can put like one address in every profile you have.
Yeah,
That
like
could be that could be interesting.
the Ethereum domains or unstoppable domains on the Zilliqa network. Yeah, definitely these will be much more usable for a mainstream adoption. That's for sure. But I love this tweet from Cole Bennett, which highlights NFTs as well. But Cole Bennett is a massive, if I'm not wrong, um,
Yeah, massive,
music video
massive.
producer that is connected to all the underground new generation from the 5 or 6 past years, um, all the stars, and he's getting it as well. So I think it will
Yeah.
brought a lot of attention to the new generation because it's so tied and connected to it, like Murder Beats, for example. They are, in the same kind of environment.
100%. Yeah. And like I see all these people popping off at once, and I hate to say it, but like I really do feel someone like Gary Vee saying NFT anything about NFTs made a lot of people who were skeptical all of a sudden not be skeptical. I really do. And
Yeah.
like people like Cole Bennett, people like Russ. This is literally like Russ in particular. I know Russ follows Gary, and I know Russ and Gary have a relationship, so I know for a fact that like they're
Hmm.
probably getting their info from each other. Like that's why I mean like this is gonna spread so fast because it's so easy for a creator who understands their value or wants to like do something enough to like understand what NFTs can do for them. And I feel like it just ignites them and they're just like, yo, this is gonna be insane. And so like, Cole Bennett, like yeah, I totally agree. This guy is 100% gonna help push a lot of people in the community, especially in the hip hop community, to
Hmm.
like do shit, especially like here. Like it's gonna be crazy. So um that's why I like dude, we're like entering hyperspeed. Like this could happen
Yeah,
in
and
less
I
than
think one
three
of the
months. We could
reason,
see 3 months. Crazy.
yeah, what amplifies the warp speed effect, especially when it comes to music, is the necessity for the music industry to, to reshape totally. And when you compare, the 10 past years of struggling with the Spotify royalties, um, which only a few selected ones really earn a living out of it. Uh, Now suddenly you see someone, whether they are celebs or not celebrities at all, but worthful artists around you that pretty much anyone who has a great talent and who is meritful can make it. Suddenly earn the a lot of money. When I say a lot of money, I mean compared to what you earn from Spotify and all the platforms, which is the
Right.
only model left during the last year.
Right.
And before there were live shows, but we all know it's complicated now. So suddenly there's something tangible where you see the money that the music industry has failed to produce or to yeah, not to produce, but a lot of BS here where they tried to, but they didn't have the technology or what was necessary for them. And at the same time, there were some malicious acts where the money was just stolen from artists at some point. So yeah, there's this need from everyone, every artist around the world, whether they are big or not, to truly, find a solution.
Right. NFTs are the solution to the problem. I was just about to say, like, that's really like the short answer to it. They're the solution to the problem that we're all facing as creators, as independent fucking entrepreneurs. Like, even from a basic level, I think independent, uh, uh, a lot of companies, a lot of businesses, not music or creative related, will probably be able to find NFT use as well for a lot of things. So I think it's just going to permeate every aspect because it's like you said, it's like it's the solution to a lot of these
Yeah,
problems.
and
Or
NFT are not the only tool to be brought to the table because I think the music industry will necessitate a lot more tools that only the NFTs, but surely this is a central component of it. here on screen you can see the fake gorillas, and I noticed a pattern where it may be like the same from the same person, or I don't know. But at the same time, you see on variable followers, which are pretty dynamic, that here, people. I love the awareness of the people not falling in the trap, from the community. It feels when you look at this page that everyone clicked, but no one bought because obviously it was not legit. I don't know why, obviously, but it sounds obvious when you're used to do your research to yeah, do research to check what you are looking at. And but that's still funny to see, guys trying to benefit from this current wave of celebrities and awareness around the NFT space.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, this is, I'm just curious if there's gonna be, like, any real, like, main policing around it, because if not, I just feel like, like you said, like, people clicked and, like, they didn't buy, like, people know, like, I think
Hmm.
we can judge what's real and what's fake. So I think, like, there almost isn't a worry about what's real and what's fake because we know when it's real,
Yeah.
It's gonna be if the real gorillas got involved, they would say something, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, we've seen as well a wave of new, yeah, new generation artists. When I say this, I think, for example, of Toro, Yaeji, Mura Masa, which are not from the generation of, Tyga, Soldier Boy, and and Mike Shinoda, for example. So they are younger, they are aware, and they are looking for a solution. And here we have platforms reaching them. I think from personal business collaboration or relationship. And so big shout out to Zora because they are preparing something. It seems. And that's a big drop. I think kind in the mindset of the Nifty gateways or these kinds of big drop for to promote the platforms and to promote the artist's works as well. Uh, and
I
it's a
am sound.
collaboration with IAMSOUND,
I am love it.
and yeah, a lot of great artists, but I especially know Yaeji, which I love, and Mura Masa, and as well as Toro, which are
Yeah,
I think the most
that's fire.
known for here, and 88 Rising as well. Uh,
Yeah, wow. This is
but
dope.
I think
This is
what's
real dope.
behind is a label I spotted years ago, which name is Godmod, and they are pretty invisible in the space or as a label, but they manage the success of most of the artists I see in this list, and I'm really respectful of their work. It inspired us a lot to develop geniuscorp because we felt we were on the same, same kind of configuration. And so I tried to look up a little bit at Godmod, mentioning Zora or something, but I couldn't find. I don't know what the situation is, but I just wanted to make a shout out to Godmod and to these artists. I'm very curious to see this drop, and shout out to Connie Digital as well for helping us investigate these topics.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what this is. I
And
I also see that it says what does it say, 2 weeks? At the top it said 2 weeks,
mhm, yeah, it
2
drops
weeks, 12
into
artists.
yeah.
One history making job. I think, like, the thing that, like, I wanna get a I wanna, I like this. This will be probably really dope. But something that I think is more sustainable for, like, small creators is, like, not thinking of, like, one big drop, but thinking of, like, how to create, like, a consistent way to incorporate, like, a branding strategy of dropping, you know what I mean? Like, this is something that I've been thinking about. It's like, it's not really, a sustainable or realistic for someone like me to be like, "Hey, like, I'm gonna drop something, and it's gonna be this big drop, blah, 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 blah." Whereas, like, something more consistent almost is more of, like, something we should be thinking of. Whereas, like, we see something like Zora right now, it's about to do something big and kind of extravagant, and I'm curious to see
Yeah,
how people kind
they
of interpret
they
what other people are doing and how they do their own thing.
they just dropped, an open letter, and I wanted to read it very quickly because that's the kind of mindset I like. But I like as well, the kind of mysterious, enigmatic way of talking. Like, this is us. This is the internet renaissance, and then that makes it, a mood. But here, how the open letter goes. The internet renaissance is here, and it defies any labels, genre, or categorization. We're excited to team up with IAMSOUND, a hybrid creative studio, record label, and visual artist management firm, to reveal a first of its kind digital art exhibition. 12 of our favorite visual artists, musicians, and creatives have made eclectic, original work for this event to be released onto the Zora protocol. Together, we are venturing into new frontiers to spotlight the artists we love. These talented people have helped us to see the world in a new light. So here are the list of the
Hype.
artists. This digital exhibition will forever be freely accessible to the public while their ownership is singular. Owning a piece in this collection is akin to digital original, like the Mona Lisa in the hall of the Louvre. For the super fans, this can be your grail. And I love how in blockchain you can use, timeless words, and that makes it all more heavy and more intense
Yeah, I was
when
gonna
you read
I was gonna
those.
I was
But
gonna
at
say
the same time, I love
so
the
hype,
mindset.
dude.
I
Dude, the
really,
last word in the first paragraph is light. The last
Mhm.
word in the second paragraph is grail.
Yeah,
Like, bro, they're out here. They know how to spell. They know how to cast some spells. They know what they're
absolutely.
doing.
Hmm.
Zora's out here. Zora's definitely been with the
Yeah, big
shits.
shout
And
out to them. And
yeah, I don't know if they'd shout out to the little guys, but that's what I'm saying. I sometimes I worry about like how much centralization is in these platforms as well, and how much that might turn into a similar problem. But that's a whole other situation. I've heard a lot of rumors about a lot of things, honestly, about not Zora particularly, but platforms not being as decentralized as they really like claim to be, and I'm sure that's probably a common problem with all these
yeah,
platforms.
probably, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to see them, all unveil. I spotted a few new platforms that will open as well. New streaming platform, one that is called Beatify, and yeah, a lot of new initiatives. Where, when it comes to the mind map I'm doing, it starts to be very big. I just counted the articles. I had more than 100 articles about NFTs and music, and I think more than 100 entries into all the categories. So if you want to check the current state of the map, just go to geniuscorp.fr/the map, and especially that, I think that's definitely a resource to share for newcomers to get the dimension of what's currently happening with this. But yeah, we saw as well like renowned producer like Static Selector getting into super rare. And I don't have the link to super rare yet, but that's a pretty big name as well. And we
Yeah,
see
definitely.
more accountful. We see some, funny celebs that we are kind of, what are they doing here? Are they're trying to, you know, take profit, or, get opportunistic? But at the same time, we see very accountful producers, artists, and musicians, and Selecta being one. He produced a French rapper a few years ago, and yeah, so it's very accountful people. When it comes back to Cole Bennett, for example, it's not people that are joking around, trying to profit. I think they see the real value of the transformative nature of what the blockchain can bring to music. What do you think?
Um,
I mean, do you see the difference between celebs trying to profit or being opportunistic and a real move from a handful, renowned producers and serious people working in the music business?
I know I totally feel that polarity. I think that there's definitely a little bit of both. It's definitely of like the way you worded it earlier, where there's almost some FOMO of artists who maybe feel like if any artist ever felt like they were undervalued and over throughout their career, they probably and they saw NFTs and they understood them. They probably saw an NFT as a very very easy way to go in and actually like get the value they want or try to get the value they want by releasing an NFT. I mean, I wouldn't. Is that actually MC Hammer? I was gonna say
No.
like Bootsy
Yeah,
Collins,
it's Bootsy
like
Collins.
that dude, that was definitely one that I feel is something like that's a guy who probably didn't get as much value from his in contribution than he actually wanted,
Hmm.
and I feel like that's where NFTs can be a benefit to some people, but it doesn't mean that like there aren't gonna be some artists that are gonna just basically be like, "Yo, I can definitely make a quick buck off of the crowd right now." But, like, once again, like, that's every industry and that's all the time, and I don't really think that we're ever gonna avoid that. It's
Hmm.
really just up to us to just sniff out what's real and what's not, and
Yeah.
not even disrespect the people that are coming into it like that. They're just innocently trying to make money just like being business people, like,
Hmm.
we can look at that, fairly on some level. We might not buy it because of that reason, but it just gives us some a dynamic to understand from a market standpoint, and I think that might be part of the market in a way, part of the way that this decentralized market works if it ends up being decentralized. Because otherwise, like we're basically saying we're trying to like control what people do, where it's like it'll happen, and people are gonna like Logan Paul's gonna come
Yeah.
in and make 3.5 million a day.
Not trying to make the same mistakes again. But yeah, big congratulations to Bootsy Collins and Eclectic Method that collaborated together to release Bootsy's first NFT, and they sold it for more than $30,000. And I'm glad because I shared a few words with Eclectic Method that highlighted me a good resources for people that don't well know who Bootsy Collins is, um, and it's a, a small mini documentary that's called Tales from the Tour Bus, and it's like 8 episodes of 3 minutes, and it's all animated. It's brilliant and very simple to get how what has been the life of Bootsy Collins, especially when it comes to being the bassist or of James Brown in the one of the first James Brown bands. And yeah, so it was impressive for me to see the way, I mean, the history from James Brown to NFTs. And I was wondering what would it feel like, to in what would be the mindset basically. So yeah, very interesting to see. But I suggest you to go see the Tales from the Tour Bus, the Bootsy Collins edition, and that's a real good documentary to learn about it. So yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, once and this is something that like I'm just kind of like improv thinking on, but like something that I would really enjoy is like artists to start making content more exclusive, and I think inherently that's what we're gonna see regardless. But I think I said that kind of last week too. Is just I just think that content itself in the future will be more exclusive. It will be more gated, quote so to speak. Like
Yeah,
it's gonna be more difficult to get to people's like up
I
like
mean there will be
being
a tip of the iceberg, which will be the venture of every artist, which will be some part of the work that is accessible for everyone, and then the big iceberg underneath the water, which is all the content to be accessed through these gates. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, the original token gate was what, like a friend request, like a private account,
Hmm.
like what do you however you want to call it, and like there's really no transaction there of benefit to either person in a lot of ways. But like if you have a token that all of a sudden now you both benefit from holding it, and you're both invested, it's kind of it's just a more long term way to to work. I feel like it's good. It's a good
Hmm.
thing. But
Yeah.
hey, who knows what's gonna happen? I just see I just I see it all. I see it all happening
And
more in the future. I can't remember why I brought up the token gating content, anyways.
but yeah, who are we to speculate?
Yeah,
especially in
right.
especially in crypto.
Re-
Uh, who is
really,
speculating here?
realistically though, like true. We really don't know anything. We're just seeing it, and we're just trying our best to see to stop and see what we what's happening, which is utter chaos in a lot of ways. But it's great. But it's amazing, and it's inspiring every day.
Yeah, yeah, and I see as well, artists from the metaverse continuing to experiment. There's different NFT experiments that can be highlighted. This one with Blow, which auctions his full album tokenized. I know one from Vendel. When the gas comes down, he's about to release his own new experiment, uh, which is about, he will give away 4 NFTs, and the same way you would gate to exclusive content, one would have to collect all 4 NFTs to open the last secret token, and that's very
That's
interesting kind
fire.
of mechanics here happening, because yeah, it intricates everything. It can, you can end up with very sophisticated workflow when it comes to a release, whether it implicates virtual worlds, NFTs, gating, exclusive content, public content, and so on. There, you can really do things very sophisticated, and at the same time, I think that's where the gamification will occur mostly.
Yeah, no, this is I really like this idea. I'm excited to actually like try it. I mean, I guess I'd have to. I don't know how do you earn these? So do you earn the NFTs, or do you find them and purchase them?
From the Vandal project,
Yeah.
he will give them away himself, I think. I don't know what mechanism will, select who will receive the token, but
Mm.
he will give them for free.
Okay. Okay.
And
That's
then
dope.
the experimentation starts, and it's only a matter of the market, which will decide if those 4 tokens have to be reunited one day, or, to unlock this special content, or if it stays, split forever. And that's, I think, where the experimentation lies.
Yeah, we should get Vandal on and like just like have a conversation about it,
Yeah,
because
absolutely. But he
it
just did
goes
an
on for.
interview. He just did an interview talking about it. I really suggest you to check it out. I will link it in the description of the replay.
Dope.
But yeah, I would love to invite Vandalo talking with us here. The hottest news and stuff. I'm sure he sees a lot about it, but he's looking. I know he's looking, thinking, thinking, working, and yeah, I would love to have his words someday about it.
Yeah. No, we could even do it next week. I mean, who knows? We
Yeah,
could do it right now.
yeah.
No.
Vandal, how are you here? It's a sent invitation. Anyhow, let's move on. Have you seen the Metallica this week? The Metallica story?
No.
So,
What happened with Metallica?
what happened is that Metallica, trying to disrupt as well, organizing a live streamed concert, and they choose Twitch to do the concert, and they started the live, and at some point, Twitch cut the live for DMCA right violation, and
Wow.
that was a thing, definitely a signal as well, a
Wow.
strong signal as well, which basically you cut Metallica because they play Metallica. So what's the deal? You invite them on your platform to make promotion, but at the same time you're stuck or have pressure from the industry, or I don't know where
Yeah.
does the
Yeah.
pressure
Yeah.
comes
Yeah.
from,
Definitely.
but to
Dude.
and so that
Dude.
pressure is so strong or stronger than the common sense that the decision was took to cut the stream basically.
Dude, that's crazy because, like, to me, that means that basically they were probably getting so much play, so much streaming power at that time. They were probably realizing, like, if one person does it successfully, like Metallica, particularly, if Metallica came back the next day and everybody was like, a million people streamed this, like crazy amount of people, or like 500,000. I don't know what would be a big amount for a certain amount of time, and it made all this money or something. Like that would change the way people saw the possibility of live events, depending on how they did it, depending on how the show went and how they actually ran it.
Mhm,
Because I do see exclusive live events eventually being a real valuable thing, a real thing that becomes something that is paid for. All of that. I
mhm.
think that'll all be
Yeah,
that'll
yeah.
all be
The
interesting.
basically the access thing solves the royalty, the public royalty issue. So if you do your event exclusive with your tickets and so on, then I think you can probably stream every music you want, or but it's kind of blurry still because the streaming platforms still struggle from massive pressure, I think, from the DMCA copyrights. And but at the same time, I see some improvement here as well from the, I would so-called old music industry. They are as well working, to solve the the big data mess and trying to get those lost royalties back. I mean, 1 year ago there was an article from The Verge, which was about. Let me find it. Which was about. I will open it again. The fact that unmatched royalties was, the one of the biggest plague in the music industry. Here it is. So yeah, and because of it's the complication to solve metadata without a system like the blockchain. I mean the standard blockchain with all the implication of having standard royalties metadata all around the world and so on. That's not the case today. But before even the blockchain, solving the metadata issue in the context of the how the music industry is organized uh, leads to the problem that billions are lost, and they are in the middle on the table, but no one knows who give them who to give the money to, and so the improvement came that this week as well. Uh, Another article from Pitchwork that basically says that at least something like 500 millions unmatched royalties are currently being solved through the MLC, which is
Wow.
what is the MLC? The Mechanical Licensing Collective. And so that's basically a system that you have to connect to, notify yourself as an artist, and claim those lost royalties. So that's a new system that's just been released, and or soon will be released. But it allows a lot of artists around the world to be eligible to receive all the unmatched royalties that they own. So that's a good
Okay.
improvement on that side as well, and that's good to see. Both sides from the industry or from the blockchain world try to improve in every way the the current mess. But this current mess is a good mess because it's a sign of adoption and people, getting used to streaming, used to the digital era, the digital consumption of music, and try to understand that first the model cannot work like this forever, and secondary that maybe there could be some value involved in music because for 20 years we just downloaded it illegally. Now we sort of pay a little bit, but it's not going into the artist pocket. And I think we will enter the era where we understand that I want my money to go in the artist pocket, and I don't want no more complication going around, stuff that I cannot understand, stuff that is beyond everyone, some complex system problematics, and yeah.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah. I mean, once again, it's like that's why it's like, it's the shortest way to put like what all this technology is it's the solution to the problem.
Hmm.
So it'll be yeah. At the end of the day, it's good to be just ultimately long-term optimistic.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, never know when and what exactly will be that thing. But
Yeah, and Black Heart Honeymoon highlights that also the digital industry decided by themselves that every song was worth $1, like 99 cents. And that was on us, and no one could have, the choice over it. They just decided the market at that time, and now it's, I think, the community's turn to decide what the value really is, and that's what will be interesting to witness as well as the space grow. How are things really, valued, and today we are kind of in a fog because of the celebrity bubble and all this adoption hype and so on, where I don't think things are truly valued as a real community market network effect. So we will tend to see value that stabilize over time to a real use case value inside the big metaverse that will develop.
right. Wow. Yeah. Have we we're doing nice on these topics. I feel like. Did you we can definitely talk about this one right here. This is definitely interesting. So this is something that I know that a lot of musicians and artists and creators were talking about doing. I know Blau is like working on something right now, like for his next album, in a major way, because he'll have the type of pool that'll bring a lot of money into this, which will make it a little more complicated, a little more real, to actually give royalties and publishing out of a song from an NFT. But it looks right here on Foundation. Um, Jacques Green? How do I say that? Right? An experiment with NFTs,
Jacques
music
Green.
publishing.
I don't know if he's French. No, Montreal, Canada.
Okay. Well, yeah,
Oh, yeah. Here is the
putting in his
NFT.
royalties.
Sorry.
He putting in his royalties into this NFTs, and I think that's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out.
Hmm. But yeah, it seems that a lot of artists are understanding the interest of sharing the royalties or the copyright. The only bad aspect right now about those kind of experiment is that they are all manual, and so the token is on the blockchain, but I haven't seen yet a truly efficient way to do it automatically in an automated way. So the artist would basically have to track. The, someone could use the song on the behalf of the artist, just ripping off the audio here, even though it's only a sample. Let's say, for example, this is not the full song, but I just want to sample the 2 second of what's public, and then I can still use it, and he would have, to. There is no way to go really after me if I do so. So that's my only concern with these types of experiments. When it comes to these, personally, for now, until there aren't more automated ways to keep track of that, I would consider, like, giving the copyright, for example, giving the permission to use it, but pretty much um, stating that I will not look for it. I would consider it as a token. If someone wants to use it, it's up to them. But I will not be tracking it until it is possible to track it, because before it's kind of it's for the experiment. So it's really interesting to see the outcomes of these experiments, to see if people respect, if someone is if this mechanism work. But at
It's
the
really to
same,
see if the dude gets attacked by like the law.
I
It's really the thing that I'm most interested in understanding
Mhm.
is if the
which
if it
dude, the one that buys it?
no, just the artist itself. I mean, there's a comment in the chat. It says also can violate security laws. That's really where the problem really lies. And
Hmm.
I think that it's kind of like, not paying taxes. It's like, dude, if you're not making that much money, I don't think that, like, the IRS is gonna come and bang on your door and be like, "Hey, you didn't pay your $300 of taxes last year." But if you're making a lot of money, all of
Hmm.
a sudden now that system that was there when you were not making that much money is still there, and now they actually care because you're making way more money, and they wanna control it, or they wanna regulate it, or whatever. And I think, like, that's kinda how it is with this, is, like, if he does see mass success with something where, you're giving out royalties, and it looks like a security on a bigger scale, I think that it could, like, be detrimental. But I think there has to be a loophole in this in this in this situation. I just don't know what it is. I mean, I know that there's people working on it, but, um,
Hmm.
it's definitely
So this
definitely.
experiment is on Foundation, and we've seen this week, thanks to Connie Digital, that a creative studio, as well, a label called Lokimi, which is pretty big, as well, just entered Foundation. So we're definitely seeing whole collectives of people getting involved with platforms and so on. And there were an interesting comment. I don't remember who it was from, but it was sent from Connie Digital as well. That say uh, when things started to become about the individual, suddenly it became about the collective. Sorry. And I feel that's so true, that the community really wants to connect together. And when it comes to this mindset, I have not seen much people being, full of ego, or being really um, aside on his own or whatever. I see the envy from everyone to collaborate. It's like getting back to the old world before the lockdowns are starting. We want to party. We want to connect, exchange. Do a lot of. We kind of prepare to the reopening of the world, understanding that this new world will include these systems that will help us solve many industries and many things. But yeah, definitely a collective vibe in the whole metaverse, and uh, uh, I think it's tied to how things are designed as well, because it's incentivates the need as well to connect with one to each other, but as well as the fact that when you visit the world, you see everyone. It's not you um, being alone in a game with bots and stuff. So it's like the massive multiplayer the MMORPGs kind of game, but very tangible. And I think when the power of the video game industry hits the blockchain and the music and the visual art, and at some point we will see a creator getting out of this as a, and the creator will be the culture, basically the new culture. Uh,
I feel it. I definitely feel it. I definitely feel the idea of collectives too. I mean, like I know that we've talked about this. I do see that we're gonna see a massive rise in groups um, of like communities, artist communities that kind of start to pop up.
Yeah, when it comes to big signal, this week we had the legendary Nyan Cat meme that were tokenized. I don't know if you've seen this. I think you do.
I've seen it. I think.
And it sold for $600,000 on Foundation as well. So this meme is a classic internet meme that goes back to I don't know which was the date exactly, but
we
early 2000 and early
now
2000.
is the did the dude who listed is the dude who listed it? That's the actual creator of the meme.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Okay, okay, and that's
So
verified. Like everybody knows that.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, it's an
that's good.
official, and that's why we have that's the New York Times doing an article about it. So all this is legit, and yeah, that's where the signal is that it's the real dude. It's the guy that that designed the most viral meme on the internet, probably, that
Okay.
officially understood NFTs and thought like, okay, that's it, that's the deal, and I represent this internet culture, and that's a strong signal for the new wave of the culture because uh, here his statement is this is the way. If the one that did if the guy that did the most popular GIF on the internet comes to it, there definitely
I was
gotta be a reason.
I was gonna say, yeah, like, this goes back to that thing that we were talking about kind of at the beginning where it's like, we don't know if this type of number, 600,000 for that meme, which was definitely an impactful meme for the culture. But like when you break it down in a long-term scale, is that 600,000 cheap or
Hmm.
uh is that 600,000 uh large? Is that
Hmm.
overpriced?
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know how the market's gonna kinda, like, balance out and, like, what is really going to be the price of a valuable meme in 5 to 10 years. Is it gonna be more than 600,000? That's gonna be
I
that's gonna be
think
interesting.
NFTs would logically become, take the same way of scarcity as Bitcoin does. So the more people connects to the network, the more there is money inside the network, and things become more scarce. So yeah, but as we are a very small community right now, if you think that there's 100,000 x more people coming in with their money wanting, uh, they would all want the same, this Nyan cat meme the same way. The feeling is the same for everyone. I want this meme. Who's the owner of this meme? And in that makes me think back, to this tweet about 2027, who owns that. And if you look at this legendary meme GIF, and that suddenly 1 billion people want to buy it, what happens to the price? I see it that way.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I'm optimistic to see how this plays out in the long term.
Hmm.
I mean, do NFTs drop did the price of NFTs drop whenever the price of the coin drops? That's really the question.
Uh, yeah, because they are priced in
Proportionally,
crypto.
I guess. Proportionally, as I should say.
Yeah, because they are priced in crypto. If I get your question correctly, if they are priced in ETH,
Yeah, yeah. I
if
think.
ETH drop down 50%, your whole catalog in ETH, NFTs drop down. But I don't know who evaluates, if the collectors look more at the value in ETH or in dollars. That's an interesting topic as well. But
Yeah, that's kind of and I think it probably is more in ETH now that we'd say it just because of like we know how much the value is. But at the same time, I don't know. I think a dollar amount is definitely still what they're looking at the end of the
mhm,
day. It's just the thing that we know closest to our own system of value, whether real or fake.
mhm.
But I mean, I'm definitely curious to see like just yeah how it plays out in the long term and like what's gonna be the thing that's gonna get everybody a wallet. What's gonna be the day that everybody gets a wallet? You know what I mean? That's gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah.
that's gonna be a huge moment. Like what is gonna be the moment, event, artist, celebrity situation that every single person on earth wants to get a Web3 wallet?
What
That's
I
gonna be that's gonna be the
expect
move.
is
Or
that
that's gonna be the moment, I mean.
I don't know if you remember this U2 experiment with Apple the day they dropped their album on all computers on Earth. And basically, you can do that with NFTs. So, uh,
Really? Oh, yeah. That's where this is the thing that also, not to just like kind of interrupt that thought, but like it is interesting though because like there's gonna be so many. You're right. Like there will be a day where that kind of if everybody has a wallet, you can just start dropping things. You can start dropping like an album to people's wallets, and just that they wake up and they have your album in their wallet, which honestly, dude, is a fire idea. If that's what you're saying, you just have to pay what the gas.
no, nothing. They just would be. I mean, the artist that is funding this would have to pay the gas for, sending
Right,
it
right.
to
That's
all
what I
the
meant. Yeah, the
computers
artist would pay
around
the
the world.
gas.
But if you consider a feeless solution at some point with very small fees, I mean, if a blockchain or a company like Ultra Blockchain can at some point pay the fees for all their players using the platform, I mean, I'm sure there will be some artists out there and combined, sorry, with some technologies that would be able with just a big bag, but not that big to cover all the fees. And when you consider all the returns that can be back, there's no more scarcity if you send an NFT to the entire wallets in in the world. But there is
Right, right,
definitely
right.
some network effects.
But there still is a scarce amount. I mean, there still is a finite amount.
Mhm.
It's just the amount of people with the wallets. If
Yeah,
you infinitely create the NFTs, then yeah, sure.
but
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, but yeah, no, this is such an interesting idea actually, being able to like do something like that.
Uh,
Because
what?
but in the future, what I was gonna say though is in the future, if that is the case, there will have to be regulations or something that's gonna
Hmm.
be like, people can just reject things. Like, I don't want that sent to me. Like they're gonna get asked. They're not just gonna have it in their wallet. It's not gonna be just so kind of easy as it is right now. There will be some sort of governing body that like stops it. I think the thing that we have to somewhat accept, but I don't know, maybe I'm just being ignorant, is like I do think that like there will be some aspect of a centralized governance power that
Hmm.
hopefully is as decentralized as possible. But when this goes mainstream, I mean like it's gonna be like a moment in time where there's gonna have to be something that's gonna it's gonna be a bit chaotic and like there's gonna need to be some sort of governance, and I'm just
Hmm.
curious to see how that plays out. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's gonna
because
be good
there's
or
an
a bad thing.
interesting question in the chat, and that's something I've been thinking these past weeks, especially when it comes to the celebs. And I was talking about it earlier. Is the fact that yeah, for now there is no prevention when it comes to sending an NFT. There is no way that the receiver can actually say, have a yes or no button. I want to receive that NFT, or I withdraw it. And for now, the problem being is that we are not that many. So for now, the spam thing is pretty reasonable. But when you look at Beeple's wallet or Tyga's wallet or Lindsay Lohan's wallet, they all receive junked, and again, if there is mass adoption, definitely our wallet will look like an email address being spammed all day. If you're a celebrity or someone influential that is exposed to receive a lot of things. So if there is no mechanism in the future to prevent or allow the receiver to have a spam box, basically, this would be this will be complicated to this will be an issue, definitely.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. I'm seeing some real interesting chats. I'm liking it.
Hmm.
I see the comment about NFT ads, junk mail, and then like what an idea, junk mail NFT or NFT ads. But
Hmm.
like yeah, it's almost interesting to think of like the wallet as like the wallet of what we see it as is like it almost acts as a financial email in the next world because there's more than just dollar bills now. Now there's currency of all sorts, and we want to be able to sort through that. So that'll be interesting.
Hmm.
Let's see.
Yeah, sure.
Where we at on what are we at on this list, by the way? I'm just curious how
We pretty
the
much did everything.
really
I
we
just
crushed
wanted
it.
to talk about. I've seen air. I would say rack because I cannot spell letters correctly. I've seen rack live in Decentraland for the 1 year birthday of Decentraland. That was a pretty event, and yeah, it's cool to see the space celebrating by connecting people together, and putting up these events. I think I have an image of it. Let me find. Yeah, here. So they did an avatar for Rack. I don't know who did it, but Rack got his avatar for Decentraland, and yeah, that was funny.
This is fire. I have to put something together like this.
Yeah, just wanted to highlight this event and happy birthday, Decentraland.
Yeah, Decentraland's dope. I really like Decentraland. I'm really curious when there will be like a really Web3 integrated game that goes just super viral. You know, like like a Fortnite that goes super viral, or like the Call of Duty online system goes viral. Like something that is that popular with every culture ultimately across the board that fucks with good video games. When that happens, that will be a great moment for web for like adoption as well.
Mhm.
But like it's like when will that game come out? And it's like that might be too big of an idea. That might just take time.
Mhm.
But something like Decentraland, Crypto Voxels, I like these a lot. It's just that there needs to be more to do almost for the average person for them to not just like feel like they're walking around in like
Mhm.
a random land. Like if it was game oriented and like really had like an RPG, even like a RuneScape vibe. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
RuneScape's one of those games that you'd play for years. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the RuneScape players out there.
But at the
I
same
don't
time,
I don't play anymore, but
just visiting a
we used to play
well takes another dimension when you know that every assets in the world are built by players or people around, and that's very different from exploring a world that has been built up by a video game company. That makes it exciting, but definitely having more game features into it would have bring some fun. But to come back to what we were talking just before with the U2 and Apple, what was trying to point to there was that I'm really curious to see what kind of experiment big players will come with creatively. and this is, I, uh, we were giving the example of the junk mail, sending a NFT to all the planet, but that's just one possibility. There could be multiple network effects that can be tried by artists and actors from the industry, and so yeah, I'm very curious to witness all these creative, influential new ways of using NFTs that the community wouldn't probably thought of, because everyone's business creativity is unique. So I'm sure we'll all be surprised by most things. But yeah, I can't wait for this big day, where big days in plural, because I'm sure there will be a lot.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're gonna see a lot of crazy stuff happen. That's gonna change it all. We have this idea this week. Like last week, I don't think I had the same perspective I have this week. Like, man, like my shit changes every week. Like it's so crazy. It's so hard to have a plan right now, because every time I come up with something I want to do, that it seems like there's more like going on, where I'm like, damn, like like this is changing everything I already am thinking. Like now it's like it's just adapting so fast, and you see more people get in, and it changes your perspective. But
Yeah,
it's good. It is all changing for the better, and
it's all about
adaptation is key.
having the
It's
long.
fat. It's hyper speed right now.
Yeah, but
Hyper
it's
speed right now.
hyperspeed. But
Hyper speed.
the most important is to stick to the long-term vision, and yeah, try to elucidate with the most to the most tangible level. Not dream too much, but see what's possible, and uh, from what's in your dreams to what we see today, and that gives a good direction to not go too far, but at the same time innovate and experiment the space.
Yeah, it'll be some good stuff. Hey, we fucking
Yeah, we did.
what up? I was gonna say, like, in terms of like timing wise, I was surprised that we got through everything in the 1 hour and a half.
That was a lot, but yeah, we
But
did
hey,
it.
like I'm also down to just keep kicking it too. Like,
But we can end there and just play, some the underrated NFTs, and just to close the show with proper music and highlighting the metaverse artist. And what do you think?
wait, say that again.
We can play some underrated NFTs.
Oh, some underrated NFTs. We could do the underrated NFTs. That I was waiting. I actually was wondering if we were gonna do that.
Yeah, we're stuck in our talks, but at the same time,
Should we
really,
just like be like? Should we like? I feel like we could really like. Maybe this is not the best move, but like I would love to like do critical reviews of NFTs,
yeah,
and
we can.
just like really just go
So
deep on them. Just kind of be brutal on purpose, but like not like in a bad way, but maybe in a bad maybe fun way. All right, maybe it's probably not the best
the
idea.
NFT
Probably not
music police.
the best.
So yeah, I wanted
Let's play some underrated NFTs.
let's go. So I had this one from Worms underscore Worms that you can find on Twitter, and they do what they call earworms, and they did 3 in collaboration with Neurocolor, which is a visual artist, fantastic visual artist. They dropped Unknown Origin, and this one is like 1 minute, and go. this is in loop. So this worked
Yeah,
well
that's
in a loop.
first impression. Visuals are super fire. Like I
Mhm.
really, really like the visuals. A little dramatic, but I love it. But like the music's fire too.
There's
But like,
definitely a cyberpunk vibe to it, and sonically and visually.
okay,
But
yeah, that's super dope.
yeah, there was another one from Jack Reg,
That
which
did loop really well too. It was nice.
yeah, but yeah, loops are interesting in NFTs, and yes, a new release from Jack Reg. I've seen things, and yeah, here it goes.
Oh, super. Dude, this shit's hard.
Yeah. Very melancholic.
Dude, the music on this is so fire.
It continues, but I want to showcase others as well.
Wow, yeah. I really like that one. Honestly, I'm curious who made that. I would love to like talk to him. Like that's the sounds on that.
That's Jock Reg. And Jock Reg
Who?
has been here for a while now, and we've met last summer
Dude.
in
Oh my
space.
god, I've
And
seen his name all over the place, dude. That's fire, dude.
and
Your shit's that is fire, dude.
we were
That is
kind of racing, doing this full album thing on NFT. We kind of had the same idea at the same time, and it was kind of the race, who would get the proper full album ID on the blockchain out, because it wasn't really done yet. So big shout out to him and his work, and he's continuing to innovate and doing great sound. Yeah, especially great sound. I love as well. There's a cyberpunk vibe to it, which is basically what he's trying to experiment with as well in terms of sound and visuals. But that leads me to the next NFTs I wanted to showcase that I just spotted before the show start, and which is a different vibe. And like I wanted to see, more of the current music vibe going into the NFTs, because the first people that got involved and that finds all this out, um, we are pretty almost a little bit of geeks as well, and so we are very influenced by the digital culture. And but I wanted to see common artists getting into the space, and I've seen here Coco Member, which we just met, but doing basically minting an NFT she did over in quarantine back for the lockdowns. So it's kind of minting an old content. But what I mean by old
what
is that
platform's this?
it's Coco Member
What's the platform? I mean.
on Zora. It's out on Zora.
Oh, okay, okay.
But it sounds like what's the trend now, and not from the digital culture or the metaverse culture. And these will soon feel like mega underrated at some point. it was.
Fire visuals.
Yeah, very
That's
simple,
that's
very clean, very
that's a
powerful.
yeah.
Love the sound, love the vibe. It's
Yeah, the
simple,
vibe of that one
efficient,
is real. It's
underrated.
interesting. It's like, yo, if that song is only on Zora, I would love it almost more. You know what I mean? Like that to me is like almost like a Zora exclusive.
Hmm.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like that'd be crazy.
I don't know where it is else, but it definitely is on Zora now. So big shout out to
Cool.
her and big support for getting involved in the space as well. So I have another one from uh, Panther Modern, which I'm a big fan of. I'm not hiding it because of the music work and the visual work. And yeah, just a quick play of his new release out on Zora. He's doing pretty good sales on Zora actually, and props to him. Yeah, that's his avatar, and the quality is just insane. When he's moving around with this, the 3D work is awesome. So yeah, his late track called Tasting Static. It's like the electronic industrial vibe, which I fuck with. Very cold. It's a crypto cold wave, sort of.
Dude, I thought that was the vocal of the song for a second.
I'm gonna cut it now because Zora
Yeah, yeah.
volume feature. We're waiting.
Yo, these are some underrated NFTs.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
definitely.
If we do say so, we don't know anything, but these are some underrated NFTs for sure.
There's a lot, and you can visit the vinyl shop if you want
Oh
to, learn
wow!
about the metaverse artist in the space.
Look at
But
this vinyl shop. It's literally insane.
it's a good way to highlight NFTs. That works very well, uh, and especially the new feature that when you just click it works. That's Panther Modern as well. I muted the
That's
sound because
fire.
of the.
Dude, it would be sick if we could get. No, this is an idea.
Sorry.
I'm gonna try my best to sell to the CryptoVoxels development community. Is potentially getting a way to basically lock on to a browsing mode where say you are in your vinyl shop and you know that there's like a bunch of pieces right next to each other, you
Hmm.
can essentially set an algorithm to like, kind of like lock in like the viewfinder to just like scrolling through each of these, and you can just like hit your like directional pad and um just go through all these different NFTs, and then you can kind of like come out of that mode, and then you can still walk around and still click on them individually,
Hmm.
but you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Look, and this is
Shit.
beautiful. that changes the experience of music to me.
This is fire.
These are all underrated NFTs.
All
Basically.
underrated NFTs. 100%.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, lots, and lots more to come too. Lots more to come.
Yeah. I'm starting a
So
celeb wall with the celeb NFTs. So, do you want to listen to a particular one, or are we done for today?
I don't know. I guess you mean a particular NFT? I don't really have any on the top of my head. Uh, I never really kind of honestly scroll through, but so I wouldn't even know. I could maybe just pick a random one, but
Yeah. Let's
dude,
go
that'd be
for that
crazy
and
if we
we
did if we
close.
picked one every week,
Be
threw it
cool.
up for like a quick auction. Nah, that'd be hard. That'd be hard. Like make it like way cheaper. I don't know. That'd be crazy.
Hello, this one from Deadmo5. I mean, I was just thinking like how clean it looks. I mean, when it comes to the stream, I'm in world showcasing an NFT. It goes full screen. It's beautiful. The sound streams, everything is fluid and clean. We can showcase NFTs all days this way. Shout out to CryptoVoxel really for the one click through NFT, because when it comes to music, this is the thing, definitely.
Definitely a big move. That browsing mode though, could be super hard.
Yeah.
Like this shit's hard as fuck, and honestly, I see that it says Joe Craig
Joe Craig again, yeah.
hard made this, and like I honestly can feel the vibe from him.
Definitely.
He's hard, dude. He's hard. Joe Craig's hard. Or Joe, however you say your name.
And check out his full album. Like, he did this NFT where you buy it and you get the full album, but as well he minted different tracks separately, like this one, which was in collaboration with Cult Beats, sorry.
Yeah, I feel like we could make some fire. I really like his sound. I really like, honestly, want to collaborate with him.
Well, reach out to him.
He got some real, yeah, he's dope.
The genesis of something. Okay.
Yeah, we could have something in the works. That would be super coolio. But yeah,
already
that was
a
some
lot
fire,
in the work. Yeah.
Underrated NFTs. Some very fire underrated NFTs.
Yeah, let's not unveil all of them, or you would have to check by yourself in a vinyl shop, and we will highlight some more next week.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, what is that? What do we think? What do we think about like doing an after or a pre-show where we do something else? You know what I'm saying?
We'll see. I mean, I was up to play some music after, but
I was more or less
we'll
thrown
figure
to the
that
crowd.
out.
I was just curious to see what people think, but I don't know if I I don't know if I got through
Yeah, the
anybody.
question being, after this show, do you want like music, like a live set, or just playing tracks around, doing the DJ for an extra hour?
Right. Right. Something like that. Yeah. I mean, at the same time, like this is cool too. Like, I guess maybe we shouldn't overstress it.
Sure, sure. No, I think we've
But
done everything we wanted to do this week with this extra section, the NFT underrated. So,
love it, dude. What's going on? It's going crazy in the chat right now. Love it.
and
Um,
yeah, wanted to shout out the TokenSmart team and everyone in the chat. Thank you for all your support and your questions. That's very useful for everyone and for us to help us, stay on one direction to talk about things, because it goes all over the place, and that's what we like as well here,
we love it.
navigating this space and trying to analyze things and so on. So yeah, that's it. I think we're done for this week, to me.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think we covered a lot. We're seeing some really big names get into this space. Nothing super crazy has happened yet. You know, not tomorrow. We're not going to see the Walmart of NFTs come out, but let's just be. I think that we can all be rest assured that it's happening right now, and the more that we can kind of just learn and really be open minded to things changing tomorrow, you know, because we get it, and we're here, we have a community, and I love everybody that like is here and like and understands it, but we don't want to miss the fact that like when these more bigger adoptions come in, I really do feel that it could change the game real fast. So
Hmm.
who knows? But who knows? Really, I'm just. But it is exciting to be here. I'm happy to be here. Thank you again to TokenSmart, and Rizzle, Sandy for giving us the platform. You know, it's
Yeah.
pretty dope that we got this opportunity to just kind of, you guys took a chance. You were like, hey, yeah, we'll let those guys go up and chat for an hour every week, and yeah, we enjoy it, and we
And we
appreciate it.
work it. We experiment it and try to organize to better format. And we have a lot of ideas and stuff. And yeah, we love the way all of this is going, where all of this is going, and it feels great to be part of it. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, and yeah, just hold on. We just hold on for the ride,
Yeah.
because it's about to
And
get crazy. It's
wishing
going to only get
everyone
crazy
a
from here.
nice week. Shout out to Dab Dragon, which made it here tonight with us. And yeah, wishing everyone's a great week. Stay vigilant for all this news. It's gonna rock hard, I think, in the next days. We had a pretty deep in the crypto crash today, so it may cool a little bit of things down, but behind the curtains, things are definitely uh, on their way, and so yeah, that's where we start. We just popped a little bubble, and then ready for warp speed, full gear, 2021 year of the craziest. And yeah, thank
Yes.
you again for everyone in the chat, and shout
Yeah,
out Sandy, Rizzle, and the team.
yes. Everyone at TokenSmart. Thank you guys. Oh
Thank
yeah,
you.
the chat, everybody here. We're all legends. We're here super early. What exciting stuff.
Yeah,
Wow.
applause to everyone.
We are legends. I love it.
Yeah, and thanks for the feedback for the show as well. So let's meet in the metaverse.
Right on. Wait, are you being for real?
No, I mean during the week.
Oh. I was like, wait, like right now? I was like, we going?
I gotta sleep first.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, it is super late over there. Wow, yeah, true.
No, it's cool. It's okay. I'm used to all the time zones. I found my rhythm. I'm cool with it. So,
Nice.
all right, everyone. Thank you for being here. We like to be a little bit little bit free as well. We try to be organized and at the same time leave a little space for thoughts and participation as well. So it's time for us to leave you. We're thinking about maybe playing music after if the antenna is free, but it's in the work. We'll think about it and see. So good night, everyone. Good morning. And yeah, maybe we'll play a few tunes after for like a half an hour or something.
Yeah, if you feel cool with that, yeah, why not?
Okay. Well, then see you, Mike. See you, everyone.
All right, see you later, Mighty. Bye, everybody. Appreciate everybody.
Yeah.
We'll be back soon.
Shout out to Easy. He's got some big news coming. And yeah, good week. We love the weep.
It's tough to end the show. I feel it, Uncle.
We
Dog.
love the weep. It should be a song.
We
love the weep. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we should. We should make an outro song. That way we can kind of all bury bury our crying underneath the outro song.
Okay. So good night, everyone.